What's going on, YouTube? Back with another one. So the other day I'm at my mom's house and she asked me to get something out of her drawer. And of course I'm on the wrong side of the kitchen, way in another drawer. But as soon as I opened the drawer up, I saw this. As soon as I saw it, the first thing I thought of was, I wonder how many states I've been to. So out of 50 states, I'm thinking I know at least been to half. So 25, but definitely more than that. I'm thinking 35 to 40. So I thought maybe we could try a little something different, have a little fun. How many states you been into? All right, let's get into it. All right, everybody, bear with me. This is about the best setup I can come up with. So let's go. All right, let's see. Washington, nope. Oregon, nope. California. My cousin, when he was young, him and his mom moved out to San Diego, and he graduated in 1990. So me and his dad, my uncle, we flew out and spent about 4 to 5 days out there. Beautiful city. Let's see, Idaho, no. Nevada, I've been to Vegas twice, I believe in 98 and 2021. Let's see, nope, 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 nope. Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico, nope. Neither one of the Dakotas. Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, no. Let's see, Minnesota, no. Slide this over a little bit. All right, Iowa, no. Missouri, after high school, I went to the Army. I did my boot camp in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. So I was there. I'm sorry, Fort Leonard Wood. Yeah, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. I did my boot camp there. I was there about 2.5 months. Let's see. Arkansas, no. Louisiana, no. We just gonna go left to right, top to bottom. Let's see. And a funny thing I was thinking, you know how they say Missouri or St. Louis, either one is the gateway to the West. So when you take this Mississippi right here, divide the country in East and West, I was kind of shocked to know that from here over, I only been to 2 of all of these states. All right, let's keep going. Next up, Wisconsin. I've been, when I was in the Army, I was in the reserve, so we do our annual training every year. So we was in Fort McCoy, Wisconsin for about 3 weeks. On the weekends, they let us loose. We got to borrow a couple cars. Every weekend we went down to Madison. I tell you what, that's the beer capital of the world. I can't believe it was every street you go down, it's a brewery. Let's see, keep it going. Illinois, no. Let's go on back up to the top. Michigan, I've been in Lansing on a chartered casino trip. And I believe me and my mom and sister and my girl at the time, we drove up there to a casino in Lansing, somewhere around there. I've been in Detroit several times. My cousin, he went to Bowling Green State University, and that's just a little bit south of Toledo, Ohio. So we would always go up on a Friday or a Saturday to his football games. He had a full ride playing football, so we would go watch his games, and after the games, we would leave there and go to Detroit, get a room, and we would go across to Windsor, Canada. They had a casino there. And boy, let me tell you, that bridge between Detroit and Windsor, that Ambassador Bridge, if I'm pronouncing it right, boy, that's the scariest bridge by far I ever been on. So, we get to Detroit, check in the rooms, and we start heading over to Windsor. So, you go through customs, and, all that went smooth. And then we started approaching this bridge. So by now it's like midnight, somewhere around there. It's pitch dark. Man, it was foggy, and we coming up on this bridge, I swear, That bridge looked like it went straight up, 45 degrees, boy. And of course, I'm driving. We in two cars. I'm driving, me and my cousin, his girl, my girl, one of his friends from college. Boy, you couldn't hear a whisper in the car. Everybody quiet and scared. I'm like driving up this bridge. That bridge right there off the hook. I looked at it online the other day, and they got I think they're replacing that bridge called the Gordon Howe or something like that. It's supposed to be done later this year. I'll throw a picture up if I remember. And then as soon as you get down on the bottom of that bridge, the casino is like minutes away. So, you know, we headed over to the casino. As soon as we turned off the bridge, this dude flagging us down like, hey, the casino right there, y'all can park right here. It's normally $10. We only charge you $5. I'm like, okay, I see the front door of the casino. This is a good deal, $5. So we paid the $5, start walking to the casino. Soon as we left that parking lot, free parking lot right there. Dude got us good. He got us good. And I like going in there. I think back then, I think my cousin graduated in 1997. So back then, the casino, they were building a new casino. So they just had the casino temporarily in a warehouse. So one thing I remember I liked about it was the conversion rate. So every $20 you convert over, you would get like $28, you know, to play with. So your money stretched a little further. Anyway, let's keep it going. All right, Ohio. So I live in Columbus, Ohio. So of course I've been in Ohio and damn near every city in it. Kentucky. I used to date a young lady in Kentucky or Louisville. So I've been there too many times to count. And also when I was younger, boy, we would go to that damn Kentucky Derby. I say from between 2000 and 2005, I went 4 times. I went 3 years in a row, missed a year, and went one more year. I tell you what, that whole city is one big party. I mean, you be going around all happy Derby Day, boy, and peep this. Of all the times I went, I never actually been to the race. Watched it on TV, but the whole city is such one big party. I mean, no matter where you go, I mean, I just love Louisville. I had a ball down there going to them damn derbies. I ain't been since. All right, let's keep it going. Tennessee. I've been Nashville. My cousin, she graduated from Tennessee State somewhere around 2000, 2001, somewhere around there. So we all went to see her graduate, took a couple carloads down, and so it was supposed to be a couple other my cousins going with us, and we were supposed to, you know, kick it while we was there. Everybody ended up chickening out but me. So I gets there, you know, it's me, my mom, my sister, nieces and nephews. I think my daughter went. But anyway, we get there, all get checked in our hotels. Man, I'm about what, 23, 24 or something like that, 25. I'm ready to kick it. And that's the furthest I ever drove anywhere, 7 hours. So we get down there, they all get checked in. I hit the, you know, we rented this car, brand new rental car, you know, it was a minivan. So I had went to the gas station and to fill the car back up, and I asked the dude that worked there, you know, where the spots at, where everybody kicking at. He directed me to this spot. So I pulls up at this spot, and I'm sitting in the parking lot checking the scene out, and it was like a strip mall. It was like I know which actual was the actual spot, the bar, club, or whatever was at, because, you know, they didn't have the names up top. It was just an old worn down strip mall. Had a club or bar in there. So these two girls walked by the car, and I asked them, you know, which one of these spots is where it's at? It was like, well, you by yourself? I'm like, yeah, explain the whole situation from Columbus in town for the graduation. They like, well, come on in with us. So I get out and start walking with them, and they was like, where your bag at? I'm like, what you mean bag? She like, oh, this right here, this you got to bring your own. I ain't never been to a bar where you got to bring your own liquor. It was like, well, what you drink? Shit, you can drink with us. So my drinking choice is gin, especially Tanqueray. And luckily they had a big old bottle with them. So we go in there and kick it. I can't remember the two ladies' names. This is 25 plus years ago. And so one of them cut loose. She met her dude up there and whatnot. So me and old girl, we just kicked it all night, had a beautiful time. And you know, I ain't gonna get in the adult specifics of the situation, but we kicked it all night. She ended up inviting me to her crib. We was just sitting on the porch, just talking about life and whatnot. And man, I did not mean to fall asleep, but we got drunk in the morning. Boy, I was drunk, passed out, sleep. Woke up the next day like, oh my God, I ain't mean to sleep here this long. So I'm trying to find out where the hell Tennessee stayed at. Long story short, by the time I get there, I get to the parking lot, I start walking in to the graduation ceremony and everybody walking out. First person I see, excuse me about that. First person I see, my mom come walking out the door and my two aunts. I try to play it off like, oh, you know, I was sitting in the back. I ain't know where y'all was sitting at. Boy, my mom cussed me out from A to Z. My two aunts, boy, they got in my ass, boy. Yeah, it wasn't nothing I could say either. I'm trying to play it off, but they wasn't having it. They cussed me out from A to Z. Don't you ever leave my sister, boy. They let me have it. Anyway, let's keep it going. All right, next up, Alabama, never been there. Georgia, when I was younger, we had a family reunion there in Athens. We was there a good couple days. Our whole family chartered this bus down, and we spent a couple of days there and got to meet a whole bunch of our family we never met before. It was beautiful. I remember it like yesterday, kid running around playing in that red dirt. All right, next up, Florida. I got an uncle that lives down in Clearwater. And somewhere around 2017, he invited us all, me and all my cousins, he invited us all down. And I say between 2017 and 2020, right before COVID, we've been down there easily 10, 15 times. I mean, the flight's cheap. And every time he would take us out, we would always go to either St. Petersburg or Tampa. And I just fell in love with that area. In fact, that's where I wanted to move before I got on Vegas. I just can't deal with them hurricanes. I wouldn't feel comfortable buying a house. And, you know, they say it's hard getting insurance and whatnot. I just didn't want to deal with it. Have to evacuate every couple weeks when they come through. All right, let's keep it moving. Oh, before I get done with Florida down here, I know you can't hardly see it, but it just amazes me how from between one state to the next state, the difference in the prices of liquor. So my favorite is Tanqueray Gin, and to get like the half gallon, you know, the big boy with the handle on it. In Columbus, that's like $48 plus tax. Easily $50 plus, about $50, $51. Boy, that first time we went to Florida, we got off the airplane. My uncle picked us up. We stopped at the liquor store, and that same bottle was $27. And of course, Florida, another state with no state taxes, 27 out clean. Boy, that just blew my mind. All right, let's keep going. All right, upstate New York. Let's see, we got some cousins up in Buffalo. And when I graduated high school, we took a couple carloads up to visit our cousins up that way. And I can't remember if it was on the way to Buffalo or on the way back. We spent the whole day at Niagara Falls. That was a beautiful trip. Real inexpensive, hotels ain't bad, you know. I tell you what, on that Canadian side, it was way more stuff to do. I mean, they really got it built up. And on the American side, I mean, I mean, they had a casino over there. They had all kind of rides. They had that building where you can go all the way up top and look. Just all kind of stuff on the Canadian side. Anyway, let's see. Pennsylvania. I've been to Pittsburgh several times. They got a casino there. Boy, I sucked there both times. I ain't never going to that one no more. They got me good. They got me good. All right, let's keep it going. West Virginia. I've been to Charleston once. And I've been to Wheeling Island. They got a casino there. That used to be my mom's favorite. I would take her every year on her birthday. Because back then she used to smoke cigarettes, and they would you could smoke. You're allowed to smoke on the inside there, whereas in Ohio at the casinos it's a state law, no smoking inside any buildings. So she would like to go there, so we would go there several times. Another thing, I remember when we went from Columbus to Jersey, I remember my mom was like, now when we go to West Virginia, we only gonna be in West Virginia about 10 minutes. And I never could understand, but if you see this little sliver right here, when you're going through, you just going through that little piece right there. Looking at it on the map, that's hilarious. All right, let's keep it going. All right, never been to Virginia. I remember when I was in the Army, we had this drill sergeant. He used to always tell us if we can ever get to Norfolk, he said that's some of the prettiest part of the country you will ever see. I never forget that. And that was back in 1990, 91. All right, never been to North Carolina. My daughter her and her husband just moved there a year and a half ago. They trying to get me down, so I might get down there to Charlotte sometime this year. See, South Carolina, I've been to Myrtle Beach once. Man, that was a nice trip. I really enjoyed Myrtle. I liked it so much. We was riding around, had a rental car. We riding around, and I was pricing property. And then I found out, ain't no casinos, ain't no gambling in South Carolina. So I had to X that out quick. But beautiful, beautiful down there. Pretty, much warmer than here. I really enjoyed myself. One thing that surprised me about Myrtle Beach was that the city shuts down about 10 o'clock. It just seemed like everything shut down about 10, 10:30, Man. All right, next up is Maryland. When I was in the Army, I was stationed in Aberdeen Proving Grounds, Maryland. I was there. I did my, after I left boot camp, I did my advanced training there. I stayed there somewhere between 6 and 8 months. I used to remember every weekend, after about 3 weekends there, every weekend we were off. And I was young. I was only like 18. We used to always go to this spot called White Marsh. They had this big old mall out there. It was like 3, 4 floors. We would go out there every weekend. Let's see, I've been to Baltimore. I had an uncle that stayed there back in the day. I used to date somebody, her daughter had moved to Baltimore. When she graduated, we went out there, spent a couple days, went to the graduation. Also, DC. I've been there once when I was younger. My mom, on the way to Baltimore, my uncle that stayed in Baltimore, we took a train. First time ever, and only time I ever been on a train. We went to DC and he picked us up there and we spent the whole day in DC. I remember that as a kid. That was fun. Never been to Delaware. And last but not least is New Jersey. So I got an aunt and several cousins out. They stay in Plainfield, New Jersey. One of my cousins, she graduated. We all took a couple carloads out to go watch her graduation. And the day after she graduated, my aunt took us all to Manhattan, New York. And we went to see the Statue of Liberty. I never forget, when we first got there, wherever we parked at, before we got on that shuttle, what's it called? The boat, whatever that boat is that take you to the see the Statue of Liberty. This was late 80s, late 80s, somewhere around there. And I remember, I never forget, the parking was $28.50 back in the 80s. I can only imagine. I'm sure it's double that now. But we went over to the Statue of Liberty, and it started raining, thundering, and lightning. So we got over there. I couldn't wait to get up in the top of that and look out, but they wouldn't let nobody in there because of that lightning storm. And I never made it back. All right, let's see. I've never been in any of these New England states. All right, so let's see if my math is correct. I only been to 19 states, and I thought I'd been at least 35, 40 of them. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Leave down in the comments how many states you've been to. I bet you it's less than what you think off top. All right, see you on the next one. Consider subscribing, and I'm out. Give me a shot.